I'm going to discuss about the data warehouse architecture. Data warehouse architecture has three fundamental components: the load manager, warehouse manager, and the data access manager. Load manager. Load manager, which is responsible, for the data collection from operational system. It also perform the data conversion. I mean, जो डेटा यूज होगा, जो डेटा कलेक्ट करना है, वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है लोड मैनेजर की. द मेन टास्क ऑफ लोड मैनेजर इज डेटा आइडेंटिफिकेशन. ये डेटा आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, उनकी वैलिडिटी और एक्यूरेसी को चेक करते हैं. डेटा को ओरिजिनल सोर्सेस, आई मीन इट इज़ पॉसिबल इन आर टूडेज लाइफ ड्यू टू द डिजिटल वर्ल्ड कि डेटा एक मल्टीपल जगहों पे कॉपी रहे. तो ओरिजिनल सोर्स से डेटा एक्सट्रैक्ट करना, उन्हें क्लीन करना, आई मीन रिपीटेड डेटा को रिमूव करना फ्रॉम द डेटाबेस, डिफरेंट डेटाबेसेस, डेटा को फॉर्मेट करना, स्टैंडर्डाइज करना, ये सारे टास्क होते हैं आपके लोड मैनेजर के. Apart from this, load manager also add the integrity constraint in the databases, different databases which who actually um, collected by the different data warehouse. The next one is warehouse manager. ये डेटा वेयरहाउस का इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट माना जाता है. आई मीन इट्स एन इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द डेटा वेयरहाउस एंड it holds the massive information. I mean, huge information is collected by from different sources by the data warehouse manager. Data organization is also the responsibility of the warehouse manager. Data organization को warehouse manager handle the data and organization in a very proper way, so anyone can analyze and find the required information. It's a main term of the data warehouse. That's why it is also defined as a core of the data warehouse. Data warehouse manager maintains three different levels, like detailed information, lightly summarized. I mean, ये तीन तरह की इंफॉर्मेशन, आई मीन इंफॉर्मेशन को ये थ्री डिफरेंट वे से ट्रीट करता है: समराइज वे में, हाईली समराइज वे में, एंड डिटेल्ड वे में. ओके. Warehouse manager also maintain the data about data, I mean the metadata sector of the database. The third component of data warehouse is query manager. In the architecture of data warehouse, the third component is query manager. Query manager provide the interface and allow to connect with the end users. Data and user की connectivity query manager के through ही perform होती है, where queries are performed between inside the historical data. तो जो भी queries आपके historical data पे perform होते हैं, that is the responsibility of the query manager. These are the benefit of the data warehouse. Potential high return on investment. The use of data warehouses are always valuable for any business due to massive informations. The next one is unbeatable competitive advantage. Okay, if you apply the data warehouse concept in your organization, you can easily collect the different fact and figures and enhance the quality of your decision. The next one is high productivity in corporate decision making and business intelligence. Data warehouse combines data from multiple sources. मतलब अलग अलग जगहों से आप डेटा को कंबाइन करते हो और we can collect the information for the meaningful we can collect the data for the meaningful information which could be analyzed and referred by the manager to improve the decision for the organization. Next है cost effective. With data warehouse, it is possible to streamline the organization, thereby reducing the overhead and to reducing the productivity also. We can also enhance the customer service after the analyzation using the data warehouse. These are some benefit of the data warehouse. Now the next one is limitations. The first one is underestimation of resource for data ETL. uh, the user underestimates the total processing time required to perform, extract, clean, and load the operation. I mean, यूजर वी कैन नॉट हम यूजर्स को कन्विंस नहीं कर पाते हैं सम टाइम at the time of extraction to transformation process. So in real time implementation somehow suffers to perform some to perform some different operations. So this is the first limitation. Erroneous source system is the next one. uh, there are different number of hidden problems which actually associated with the source system, and when you go to collect the data, um, these problems may remain unidentified, and when it detected, it suddenly creates an embarrassing ways uh, for organization or companies as well, such as incomplete data, I mean, or inappropriate data. Like the next one is required data not captured. Uh, as we know, data warehouse stores the detailed information. But many times it intentionally misses the, we just miss the detailed, some important information, or we can say some information which is important for the required database, or the required details are not in the table or not in the file. In that way, and that that could be the minor details also, and which could later on be used for analysis or any other task, like a registration number or some other details. So sometime if it missed to capture it, it is also embarrassing for the companies or the organization. Next one is increase end user queries on or demands. From the end user side, queries never end. uh, in that way, chain of queries always, वो chain of query हमेशा चलता रहता है. I mean, वो कभी खत्म नहीं होता है, and it also lead some hectic situation for the employees. Next है आपका loss of information during the data homogenization. When data from multiple sources are combined, loss of information can occur while changing formats. जब आप जैसे ही आप दो डेटा को मर्ज करते हो, उनके फॉर्मेट को चेंज करते हो, तो उनका लॉस एक्चुअली आपके इंफॉर्मेशन को अफेक्ट करता ही करता है. Sometime it next one is high demands of resources, like large disk space are always required for storing the huge quantity of data. It's also a demerit of it. Data ownership. Uh, it's quite often when one department asks for some data, it is reluctant or slow in processing as per the request. कभी कभी आप जब डिमांड करते हो, ऑब्वियस सी बात है, डिमांड्स जैसे जैसे बढ़ेंगे प्रोसेसिंग डेटा की स्लो होगी, and this may afraid of losing the data ownership or control over the data. This बेसिकली डेटा वेयर हाउस प्रोसेस जैसे जैसे स्लो होता है, इनको इंटरप्शन उसके इंटरप्शन की चांसेस हाई होते हैं, एंड obviously this may afraid of losing the data ownership control. So these are some disadvantages. Next one is necessary maintenance. A data warehouse requires high maintenance. अगर आप कोई चेंजेस करते हो और रीऑर्गेनाइज करते हो ऑफ सोर्स सिस्टम, कि आपके डेटा वेयर हाउस को इफेक्ट कर सकता है. नेक्स्ट वन इज लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन प्रोजेक्ट. Right from planning to actual implementation, Data warehouse always use a lot of money and time. So this is again a demerit, complexity of integration. Data warehouse performance could be determined based on the integration capabilities. Okay. इंटीग्रेशन कैपेबिलिटी पे डिपेंड करता है बहुत बारी. Thus, an organization spends large amount of time to determine how well the multiple data warehouse tool can go together. I mean, how can we integrate different number of data warehouse together? And it is very difficult task. I mean, it's lost a lot of time and different number of tools, including the money. So these are some disadvantages of data warehouse. The next topic is data mart. So when a department specific data warehouse is termed as a data mart, it's a small localized data warehouse which actually designed for the single purpose only. Data mart एक आप कह सकते हो डेटा मार्ट इज टाइप ऑफ डेटा वेयर हाउस, बट इसे किसी पर्टिकुलर पर्पस के लिए डिजाइन किया जाता है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इफ इट सपोज an organization has different number of departments like finance, IT, HR. Each of these departments can have their own data warehouse. So these are defined as the data mart instead of the data warehouse, because a data mart can define with the specialized subject oriented integrated time variant data stored to support a specific subset of management decision. This is the structure of data mart, where different data bases connect with the data warehouse, and the central data warehouse also uh, connect with different data marts. Actually, we can say specific area of the data warehouse is defined as a data mart. So these are the we have three differences of the data mart and the data warehouse. Data mart हमेशा data requirement पर focus करता है of some specific department, जबकि data warehouse is always talk about the whole organization. डिटेल इंफॉर्मेशन डेटा मार्ट में नहीं होते हैं, लेकिन डेटा वेयर हाउस में डिटेल इंफॉर्मेशन ही रहते हैं. डेटा मार्ट हमेशा स्पेसिफिक इंफॉर्मेशन की बात करता है रिलेटेड टू स्पेसिफिक डिपार्टमेंट, स्पेसिफिक कंटेंट, लेकिन डेटा वेयर हाउस ऑलवेज टॉक अबाउट द इंटायर कंटेंट. Data warehouse is the small area of the data mart is the small area of the data warehouse. That's why it is easy to navigate, transfer, and explore and compare of data. Okay, these are the advantages of data. Okay, it always consists the to the point data, as we know, we have already discussed. It responds quickly. Obviously, it consists the specific area, so that's why it responds quickly. डेटा स्टोरेज, डेटा क्लीनिंग, फिल्ट्रेशन ऑफ डेटा. अगर रिपीटेड डेटा है, अगर मान लीजिए आप डिफरेंट नंबर ऑफ डेटाबेस से डेटा कलेक्ट कर रहे हो, तो रिपीटेशन ऑफ डेटा can be removed from the data cleaning process only. Data cleaning process data mart पे easily available होगा in compare of data warehouse, because वहाँ पे data warehouse के comparatively low होते हैं. ठीक है. Similarly, loading, transformation and integration are also easier and cheaper in data mart rather than data warehouse. It can be grouped in a better way. In data warehouse, it's difficult to find the unnecessary data or the repeated data or the winning data. But in data mart, we can easily identify the necessary data in compare of data warehouse. Okay. In data mart, we don't need to serve the entire organization or the data of the entire organization को सर्व करना डेटा मार्ट में नेसेसरी नहीं होता है. We can easily summarize the data based on the department in data warehouse. So based on the department, the data are independently in data mart. Data Mart can also allow each department to work on a specific piece of historical data. Obviously, अगर department wise data अलग है तो उसे department wise आप historical data को भी use कर सकते हो. इन डेटा मार्ट डेटा वेयर हाउस के कंपेटिटिव डेटा मार्ट में सॉफ्टवेयर को कस्टमाइज करना इजी है. जैसे आप उसे कस्टमाइज कर सकते हो, आप अपने फॉर्मेशन को भी चेंज करके उसको यूज कर सकते हो. Data warehouse के अपेक्षा data mart cost efficient होता है. So this is not only the advantages of data mart, it is also the differences between the data mart and the data warehouse. So there are some limitation of the data mart. The first limitation is a data mart is actually a small unit of the data warehouse. So it always present an inherent limitation. It means if you make some changes in the data warehouse, it always affect the data mart and it becomes cumbersome. Next one is data integration problem are always encountered. I mean, when you merge two or three different departments together, the data reputation or the data integration is always creates problem in data mart. And the last one is when you develop multiple dimension, then problem is actually the scalability problem is always becomes common in data mart. So this is all about the data introduction of the data warehouse and the limitation introduction of the data mart, including the advantage and the disadvantage. And then in the next chapter, I will discuss about the differences between the ODS, data warehouse, and OLTP. Thank you.